How are you, Dr. Khan?
Good afternoon. I deeply appreciate your interest in my interview and your interest in East West University.
You do have very impressive career path and the legacy you have already built. So can you tell us a little bit about your early years in Pakistan and then what inspired you to pursue a career in education when you moved to the States in the early 70s?
I was born in India actually, and my family had to migrate to Pakistan. Independence came to both these countries in 1947. We came in the 50s to Pakistan, and I was as a child, and my three younger brothers, and elder sister, and my dad, and so I grew up in Pakistan and got education because I was the eldest of the four sons, and we had one sister. So my dad focused on education, and in Pakistani system, like India also, bachelor's degree required 14 years to complete, and I was only 17 when I got bachelor's degree, and then I did master's degree when I was 19. And by that time, Pakistan's president, army chief actually, and later president, Ayub Khan, same last name as mine because of the my parents came from northern Pakistan. Khan like Genghis Khan, Khan. Kha sound is not in English, but it's German and so on. So Ayub Khan became president, and he became a friend of Eisenhower. Besides the security and military things, he asked Eisenhower to give two graduate schools of education. Indiana University built a graduate school of education in West Pakistan at Lahore, my city, and Colorado University built another. East Pakistan became Bangladesh later on. So I was educated by Indiana University professors for a master's degree, and something happened and I got all A's in the 16 courses.
Something happened.
Yeah, something happened because the director was from Missouri. I'm for a long time a US citizen now. Missouri, I know where it is. And so he called me to his office and he said, "What's happening to you? In the 10th grade, you had only a C average in grade point. In 12th grade, you had a B average, but in the first university degree, which is a sweet degree now, you had again a C. Now you are getting all A's." As I said, I was too young to study. So I got selected for a scholarship, and I came to the United States, and I completed PhD in Indiana and went back there and became professor in the same school. But then after 7 years, I had already become a deputy secretary of Punjab Education Department, and my boss brought me to Berkeley, California, 1971, and then I decided not to go back.
That's very impressive.
So it's a long. I was 36 years old at that time, and then I started looking for a job with a PhD degree. Could not find a job soon enough. So I did some odd jobs, driving a cab and working in a factory and selling insurance and so on and so forth. Finally, I became a director of research in Indiana and moved to Chicago in 1977 to become a dean in an African American college. But one religious leader in Pakistan, I come from a religious family, he had asked me when I was coming to Berkeley, California in 71, that if you get a chance, start a university. And because my goal was to live a life as a professor and a researcher in higher education, and that idea, that African American university that I was dean in, I could easily find out that because starting with Lyndon Johnson, there was no US Department of Education from the beginning, 1776, until 1979. And but Russia was Soviet Union was getting ahead in research and everything, and when the Russians put Sputnik in the space, Eisenhower was a proud man. He did not take notice of it in a great deal, but John F. Kennedy, after Eisenhower completed 8 years as president, he said that we will be the first nation to put man on the moon. Still, we are the first nation to put man on the moon. But when he was assassinated, and Lyndon Johnson asked this question to one of his colleagues, and he said, John, his name was John, why we are so behind that now Soviet Union can easily write a letter to us that they are landing in O'Hare Airport in Chicago and we should do this and that and the other. And he said, Mr. President, we dump one third of our population into lack of higher education and in miserable conditions. You should give some money. So financial aid system started in 1964. I was still in Pakistan at that time. And so I knew in the late 70s that university, which closed later on, they could get tuition grants from the federal government and from the state of Illinois. So that helped us after about 2 years struggle. A group of 7 of us, I think 2 ladies and 5 men and so on, of various religions and various cultures. We met in my apartment in the suburb of Chicago on 10th of December 1978, and we applied to the Illinois Board of Higher Education for an operating authority. We got it in 1980. Pakistan has 97% of the population are Muslim, Islamic, and so that was the year that the Islamic calendar started a new century, 1400 Anno Hijra or AH. So we thought that is a good thing that a university in which Muslims contributed to start it is starting in that year. And so that also brought us some money, a few, maybe $3-4 million or something. And we bought a building. So the university has grown very large.
Sorry to interrupt. So that's how you transition from an educator to founding the university, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
So what are the early challenges you have?
So, I mean, the university started in 1980.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And many departments, the first departments were English and communications and math and social behavioral sciences. Then business administration was added. Then computer information science, then electronics, then biology. Now we are focusing on nursing and a medical college because the US is suffering from a shortage of 1 million physicians and 2 million nurses.
Wow.
So yeah, it's the majority population, white Americans, were 88% in 1968. Now they are like 61%. Hispanics were about 4% at that time, 1968, when Nixon became president. Now they are 21%. African Americans are the same, 12% or something.
Mm-hmm.
Asian Americans, I think you are Asian American also.
Mm-hmm.
Your last name is. And we were 0.4% in 1968. Now we are about 8%. And Asian Americans, Chinese are larger in number than Filipinos, than Indian, Pakistanis, than Korean, Japanese. We are the most educated and most prosperous Americans today.
That's very impressive.
We named this university East-West University,
Mm-hmm.
not because there was Japan was fought against America and Western Europe in Second World War, and we threw 2 nuclear bombs on Japan, but Japan has gone up again. So we actually have board members and trustees and faculty members and students from all continents.
Mm-hmm.
So East-West University means that.
That's this is a really amazing accomplishment too. So you went from educator, now you're a founder, and you're wearing so many hats. You're an administrator, you're a community leader. How do you balance all these roles? Because you're very busy.
I must say that from a teenager, I just wanted to study only one thing. Why in various times and various places, some nations go up and others go down.
Mm-hmm.
That was the passion of my life to study.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm starting to write articles about this. I have already written some. And now, as I can see, like currently at this time, US per capita GDP, you already know what GDP is $88,000 per person. Chinese is about 23,000. India's is 9,000 only. So India has the largest number of human beings, 1,570,000,000 people. China is number 2. But US per capita GDP is 9 times that of India and 3 times that of China. So, there are other smaller countries and so on and so forth. Japan, in spite of losing in World War II and being bombed with nuclear bombs and so on and so forth, has about the third largest economy after Chinese. China has already exceeded US total GDP. We have 25 trillion GDP, gross domestic product. Chinese have 35 trillion. I have gone to China 6 times, the last time last year, and I was in the university and I said, look, you are ahead of US GDP by $10 trillion or $10,000 billion, but you are 4 times our population of the United States. And if you reach the same level as we are, then you will have $100 trillion GDP.
I really want to focus on you, your achievement, and how you can, like, because you achieved so much. You in education, founding, community service, and also you're an amazing leader too. So I want you to be able to give some young followers some advice if they want to get into the same industry and field you're in. Any advice you would like to provide to the younger generations?
I teach a course here also, actually two courses. One course I teach every year twice, and there is a scholarship like $7,200 or something. And my class, because my doctoral dissertation was class size, 85 students were in my class the last year and 74 just now in the last spring quarter. And we started granting degrees in 1983, so 43 classes have graduated. We have graduates of about 3,000 or more. And my advice, every time when we have the commencement ceremony, big ceremony once a year, I charge to the graduates and I tell them that focus on 3 things. Number 1, higher education. Without higher education, nothing is possible. Higher education starts from the age 18 after one completes 12 years of school. And then higher education, graduate education starts 4 years later, and PhDs and so on and so forth. So focus on, you already earned bachelor's degree, go to master's and PhD and so on, number 1. And then I tell them that come back here and help me in building this university further. Number 2, excellence in your behavior towards other human beings. If you are highly educated but only an animal in terms of robbing and corrupt and merciless and so on and so forth, then you do worse to yourself and to everybody. So excellence is important in terms of your behavior to other human beings. Be good to yourself, don't destroy your health in many things, and good to your family, immediate family and larger family and your community and all other human beings. These 2 advices I give, I repeat every year.
I agree with that. Like your morality, your personality actually defines who you are, creates your characters.
Yeah, and so the logo, the steel of the university has East West University 1980, and it says on the curvature excellence and service. You achieve
Mm-hmm.
excellence through higher education and be of service to other human beings. Because those are the two mottos of this university. And I
Mm-hmm.
think these mottos are beyond racial and religious and backgrounds. I mean, all human beings were at the time of Lord Jesus Christ, the world population was 300 million. It took 1600 years for the population to reach 500 million.
Mm.
In 1804, it was 1 billion. 1929, it was 2 billion. You were not here, but in 1960s, I was here in the world. It was 3 billion. So in my lifetime, the population increased from 3 billion to 8.5 billion now. I do not know. I do not want to die soon. I walk 10 miles a week or something and take care of my health and something, which I also share with my students and other colleagues. So I do not know. One study was done in 1976, and it said that the world population will reach 15 billion in 2176. The name of the book is The Next 200 Years, because 200 years we completed in 1976 as a free nation, America. So 20 and then the population growth will be 0%. It has all actually population is decreasing in the better economic economies. Europe is losing population. White people are losing population everywhere. So I am a member of the World Future Society also, and so on.
Okay, I want to go back to you, Dr. Khan. We
Yes.
don't have much time. I just want to know, do you know what would you like to be remembered as your legacy?
Just I want to be remembered as a student of the causes of why some groups of people improve themselves economically, politically, socially. Other peoples become worse. The internal civil wars and whatnot, and so on and so forth.
What about you?
And why it happens, and the pursuit of this investigation is what East West University is, because and we are unfortunately America is very prosperous nation, but the distribution of wealth is very bad here. So all our large cities have urban ghettos, miserable. Largest urban ghetto is in New York. Second largest is not Los Angeles but Chicago. So there are large areas of inner city Chicago where people live miserable. They are economically very in a very bad condition. We are very prosperous. We can take care of them. None of the two parties focus on that.
So, would you say that the East West University could be your legacy where you nurture young generations and to give them this environment to learn, to grow, so they will be able to prosper in society?
Yeah, my East West University represents the effort of not one man, many people, lots of people, and so some passed away and some retired and so on. But it represents the collective effort to improve human beings, so that they can contribute more to the betterment of all humanity. So it is more a social. I do not want to, because in the name of religion, people have killed each other and so on and so forth. That's not good. All religions actually focus on this is the best virtue to be better, to contribute to the betterment of human beings. It's the best virtue of Christianity, that is the largest religion, 2.5 billion. Islam or Muslims, 2 billion. Hindus, 1.3 billion. Buddhists, about 3/4 billion. These are the four largest religions. Each of these focus on doing good to other human beings. And so East West University represents that passion, that resolve to continue doing that for our lifetime.
I love that. Thank
And
you
yes,
so much, Dr. Khan.
well,
Thank you for taking your time today to talk to us. Is there anything else you would like to share with the audience?
I want to thank them very much through you that I could summarize some of my thoughts. One human being is just one out of 8.5 billion human beings. But when I was in the world, it was only 3 billion. So now almost three times increase in population in one lifetime. So it's I salute them, your audience, and I salute you, Katie. And my personal request is that we can send you a ticket to fly to Chicago.
Thank you
Yes,
so much. I really
yes,
appreciate that.
yes, we can do that.
I would love to visit the university.
Maybe come and join us and do some good to the university.
I really appreciate that, Dr.
And
Khan.
I
It's such a
honor you.
pleasure chatting with you. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have another opportunity to be connected with you too. But I'm going to end this conversation right now because we're a little out of time. But thank you so much again.